I think I burnt my tongue eating pizza. Hi guys, Cameron here, and this week's theme on DailyThree is Freestyle Week. So I decided that I'm gonna do my first, more than one first. Start with the first boyfriend. If you don't want to count the guy in 2nd grade who said he'd meet me at the monkey bars at recess, but instead he was at the swings with my best friend at the time. I was crushed. I was like, I had something. If you don't want to count him, then there was this guy in like 5th grade who I was like, he was like my first like actual crush, and so I was like crazy. I ended up dating for about 2 weeks, which was all of winter break, and because he broke up with me about, I want to say New Year's Eve. I feel like it was New Year's Eve, either Christmas or New Year's Eve, one of the two. I had one of those slide phones at the time, and I'm like, ooh, he texted me, da 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 da, so happy and full of life, and I read it, and it just says, hey, it's not working out, or hey, it's over, just something. I was like, okay, I went to the bathroom and I cried. I think it took me about like a day, maybe 2 to get over it, but what? First kiss, and I was in 8th grade. We were saying goodnight and hugged me, and then boom, it happened, and then I was just like, my face was numb, so I didn't actually feel it, so I wasn't sure if it actually happened, but then he texted me about it, and I was like, okay, so I wasn't making that up. First heartbreak. Really weird. My first heartbreak wasn't with my first love. If that makes sense. Because you can think you love someone, but in reality it's like lust. Or whatever you want to call it. I can't tell you the first time because we dated and broke up 8 times. Or we dated 7 times, broke up 8 times, whatever. But I'm pretty sure every single time was for a different girl, you know? I don't fall. It was for a different girl. And then he'd be like, oh, she's flat or whatever. I want you. And I'd be like, okay. But I'd actually be like, okay. But basically, it's pretty sad, pretty tragic. But my first love was actually his best friend. Relationship wasn't good. It wasn't healthy, and I don't recommend anyone to have the relationship I had with him. But there was a lot of pressure in that relationship. Of course, I never did anything I was pressured into. It doesn't matter even if they are your first love or your second or how much you love them. If they love you, then they won't pressure you, and that's my advice on that. First time I got ditched by friends. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have met Crystal. Yes, I was in 7th grade. I mean, I was just trying to figure out who I was and to be happy with who I was, and they didn't exactly say it, but what I interpreted from it was that I wasn't good enough for their group, which means I wasn't good enough as a person. So I really reevaluated myself, and then I met Crystal and Juliana, and they told me I was perfect the way I am, and met some pretty awesome people and grew from it. So, I mean, I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for all of that. Not to get all deep and cheesy. So if you ever do get left by friends, the best thing to do is just to let them leave you, because, you know, if they're not going to appreciate you, do you really need someone like that in your life? Not even just with friends, with family or boyfriends, girlfriends, anyone. If they're not going to appreciate who you are, then they're not worth it, you know? But yeah, that's it for my video. Kind of lame, kind of awesome, kind of inspiring, kind of not. A little bit of everything. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you next week on this channel on Wednesday. You guys are cute. I love you, and I feel like I already said all of this, but oh well. Bye.